this one hits true. Boo.
And I didn't like it when we first had it. Oh,
You didn't like this song when we
You
first
didn't like
had
it either.
It had to grow on me.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it either.
Oh, because we used Big HUD.
yeah.
Yeah.
We used Big HUD originally, and then Big HUD was flagging all of our live streams. That cracked me
Correct
back.
'em if you got
But
'em.
I f with this one now. I definitely f with this. Boom. It's got a nice beat drop, like a mini beat drop. No, I like it. I dig it. And now we have a bunch of tunes that's just for different moments. Post age.
down the wrong
you were
thing.
you were vibing to it. You were vibing to it, guys. The first main event of the offseason for Cowboys fans. I know it's technically not the offseason yet because there's still the postseason to happen. A lot of football to be played before you know who wins the Super Bowl. But for us Dallas Cowboys fans, it's officially the offseason.
Yeah.
Do you guys concur?
Yeah, it was about the offseason about 2 weeks ago.
It was the offseason after the
much.
Lions game.
Pretty much. Well, after we were officially eliminated there, that was kind of the that was it. for
Two
me. But-
seasons.
Yeah. But technically, yeah, things are moving and shaking. Black Monday happened, and Eberflus hung around for another 24 hours.
Why?
Did he get cut
On
yesterday
Tuesday.
or today?
Yeah,
Okay,
Tuesday.
yeah.
Why? Like, okay, big news. Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to start.
Okay.
Are we just diving in?
I
Well, I
think
mean-
we're diving in, boys.
Yeah.
I'm fine with just diving in.
Let's just do it.
Let's just dive in. No nose plugging. You're on the 10-meter board. You're diving.
Yeah.
You're just going for it. Eberflus fired yesterday. Why did it take 24 hours? Like, what could have happened in 24 hours to make the decision immediately happen on Tuesday, not just on Monday?
I think a big. Can I start? Can I say?
Eh.
Shut up, Hat. Yeah, go.
I think a big thing was. You know what? On here. I don't f***ing go.
You're going bandwagon boy hat. That's your first Dallas Cowboys hat.
Yeah. And I
I
tried
like
to,
it.
and I tried cleaning it because it was so dirty. Look at how
Yeah.
dirty it is.
The front's good. Well,
It's just called.
you know what? On cam, it doesn't matter.
can't- no, it's not on cam.
We bleach everything on cam.
Okay.
It's like your butthole looks good on camera.
I think a bit of it was probably. I do think they were because they were saying we're going to take 10 to 12 days. Like that was what Shoddy was saying in one of those pressers.
And how wild is that?
And literally, it was almost every single person outlet and everyone was calling an outrage to that. So I think I think they actually were going to wait a few days. On the Monday, they did all these exit interviews with players. And then I think they're like, I think we have to.
Do you think they just kind of felt the pressure a little bit by everybody else? 10 to 12. What did you have to look at 10 to 12 days of?
Yeah, you had over half of a season to really.
You just gave up 30 plus to the New York Giants.
Oh, sorry. You know what? We got
Yeah.
right into it without this.
Yeah, crack
Hey.
him if you got him.
Get that.
Crack me.
Crack
Got
him if
good.
you got
What's
him.
the benefit, though? Like, I'm just wondering if they're like, we have 10 or 12 days before it really matters anyways. So were they maybe, could you start interviewing right now
Yeah.
with coaches, but they have to be
Off
either
a
out of the
team.
playoffs, right?
Playoffs.
Well, there's a handful of guys. So yeah, I think perhaps they just wanted to keep a window open for decision making, and then they came to a decision sooner. Like I always like to say this is due in 1 week when you know you can get it done in 2 days, just so it gives you the time, and then you can
The buffer.
rather than them say nothing, then everyone would have been like, "What the fuck" on Monday.
Yeah.
And then 24 hours later, they release them, you know? So I don't know. Maybe it was like just a psychological play. Like, we're going to make this decision. It might not happen Monday. It's probably going to happen Tuesday. Just say 10 days. So just so that we have
A window.
a window. Yeah.
Well, what are your guys' thoughts? The Eberflus is gone.
But hang on. I know you're saying, what were you waiting for? It's like we all thought it was going to be maybe Friday or they were going to do it right before Super Bowl. So like it being the Tuesday was actually a lot earlier than we were thinking.
I honestly thought when they said 10 to 12 days, I thought, okay, there's a chance Eberflus is coming back.
I honestly thought the same. I was like, he's sticking around because as us three get rid of anyone else, we talked about what we would do with their defensive coordinator, and we all talked about continuity. But the Dallas Cowboys gave up the most points in the NFL. They gave up 511 points. That was dead last in the NFL. The most the team's ever given up. The team's never given up more than 500 in a season. And it's like, that continuity is not something we wanted to bring back.
With this is what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
so the Dallas Cowboys, this is total points allowed in 2025-2026. Seattle Seahawks tops the charts at 1 with 292. The Dallas Cowboys have over 200 more yards. Isn't that crazy?
511.
Oh, sorry, 200 more points, not yards.
Yeah,
200
points
more
allowed.
points.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. What's 200? So actually it's like 11 and 8. So 19 more, or what was I trying to say here?
Points, more points scored.
Yeah, it's just look how much more points that the Seahawks didn't allow to compare to the Cowboys.
219.
That's crazy, man.
But look, this is the median.
divide that by 7.
But that, like, for sure, look at that. That's crazy. That is the best. Just let's even, and people can make that argument. Oh yeah, well that's the best in the league. Okay, that's fair. Let's just look at the 16th ranked Saints, who had about 383.
So
That's still
100
150.
No, 128. 511 minus 383.
Yeah, okay, 128.
Divide by 7. That's 18 more touchdowns the Dallas Cowboys gave up.
Go back, 128 divided by 17.
128 divided by 17. Oh, so you mean
Points,
per
how
week?
much more points per week?
A touchdown more. That's
Touchdown
bad.
and a half.
That's bad. That's bad, man.
Well, and how many? And again, we go back even 2 weeks ago. I'm not even counting the last 2 or 3 weeks of the Cowboys season. I think there was 4 games that if the Cowboys, including the tie, of course, that the Cowboys lost or tied, that were lost by less than 7 points. Or 7 points.
Yeah, they definitely off the top of my head, the tie, which was a tie, obviously, but Carolina Panthers, they lost by a field goal.
Week 1 Eagles.
Week 1 Eagles was 4 points. You get those 3 games, and you're in the postseason. We're all laughing and having a
handsomely in the postseason.
Yeah, we're laughing right now, having a blast, and that's why. Sure, they're going to be going on their. Is it their 5th defensive coordinator or 4th? Their 4th.
Fourth.
Their 4th defensive coordinator in as many years, but you had to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I think you needed a cleanse. Like, you needed to just get rid of Eberflus. And I mean, we're all pretty active in the Cowboy space. Everybody was pretty excited about it. I don't think there's anyone.
There
that's
wasn't
mad.
one person in my mind that I saw say you should have. I mean, anybody who's not a Cowboys fan was probably like, you should have. Actually, even non-Cowboy fans were like, why is this guy here? So I can't see anybody defending keeping him on board. And the whole personnel stuff that everyone talks about, yeah, we didn't have the right personnel, but Eberflus was there during the
cuck, call him by his name.
It's funny because Riker goes, Dad, what's a cuck? I'm like, I was like, he's like an adult thing.
I hope you never find out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I didn't explain. And Lindsay's like,
Sorry,
why is he asking that? I was like,
Because we say it's probably
I
our
was like,
most said word.
First off, guess you don't watch the show.
Yeah, it's probably our
Hey,
most used word.
The only reason we wouldn't use it is, well, we'd still use it, but it would be more restricted is if they added it to the naughty list words, but it's not.
Yeah.
No,
We can get away with it.
Yeah, and it's the verb, the explanation for it is like one of them that I'm like, if he asks again, I'll explain it as a weak or submissive man.
Yeah.
Used as very, very bad slang to say
Okay.
to somebody.
I like that.
Um,
It's not how I'm using it, but I like that to explain to my 12-year-old nephew. That's what we're going with.
13 this year.
13 this year. 13. He's a teenager.
13. He's a teenager.
There's more risque thing in Stranger Things than what we say on here.
And you know what? I got totally derailed. What I was gonna make a point off of what you guys were talking. Eberflus, and you called him Eberflus, and that's where I went there. So Eberflus, he not only did he come in, but he brought there's guys that he brought over, like his guy, like Sanborn was there. He wanted Elam. He brought in Kenneth Murray Jr. Like,
don't say that.
there's all these guys. Yeah, there's all these guys that he was the one who was vying for. They're defensive players that you acquire. So he was in as the defensive coordinator. He had to be involved with it.
Awful. And AJ has up right now. We had the most points, but there's also most takeaways.
I skipped
Okay,
by.
yeah, give us a couple of these.
Okay,
These are good. These
so
are good.
after most points, we got total yards allowed. The Cowboys are 30th with 5,409 or 64.
Okay, read me the number because I'll divide it by 17.
6,409.
Okay, so they are giving up 377 yards a game.
And the average doesn't
That's awful.
point out. But let's just go the average, I mean, this is a lot less large, but it's 5,663. So
Yeah, but
still another 1,000 yards.
Yeah, it's still
from the middle of the pack.
still not good.
Not good.
And you know what? You can settle with all that if your team is taking the ball away.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
We ain't
Most
doing it.
takeaways.
Cowboys
This is
in the 30th spot.
this is where I think
That's awful.
this stat here kind of, I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it throughout the year, and that includes us. Like, we never really looked at this. Maybe it's because we didn't really need to bring it up, but I think this would have opened my eyes a lot more to be like, okay,
There's an issue.
there's an issue, because to only have 10 takeaways when the average is 20, so it's like 50% less than what you should. It would be fine. Okay, fine. The Cowboys maybe are giving up big plays, but at least they're getting the ball back. I mean, yeah, 10 takeaways, and the Jets and the Commanders were lower than them.
Which
They
is
had
crazy.
4.
That's unheard of.
Well, remember, and the Jets
didn't
had
even have
0
Interception.
interceptions. So
But this is awful. You look at the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, but no, we can move on from it. Takeaways terrible. Didn't take the ball away. Their point
worst.
differential was terrible, and then passing yards allowed,
Worst.
worst in the NFL.
Yes, you couple the most passing yards with the least amount of takeaways. No quarterback was scared to throw the ball against our.
No.
Every quarterback looked like a Hall of Famer against the Dallas Cowboys. That's just fact.
And
Oh my
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
This is the other thing.
JJ McCarthy.
that-
Guys that did nothing to any other team.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Some of them haven't done anything for a couple of years, and they just showed up. Cowboys here, passing touchdowns allowed, ranked 31st with 35, and then that's like, okay, you couldn't also have one of the worst running games too. Touchdowns against. They had the worst rushing touchdowns against with 24.
So there's just literally, and this is why when people were talking about, and we kind of talked about, I already said, okay, maybe we have to give a guy eventually 2 years. No, this is this is a fire. This is a fire, absolute fire.
You pull those numbers up in front of me. I don't care who the DC is.
With the top offense.
With the
That's
top
what I mean.
offense, yeah.
So it's like you just had to be the Arizona or the Atlanta Falcons or even the Arizona Cardinals. Just like low 20s, mid 20s, and this team would be in the postseason.
Oh, I remember where I
Or
found
the
it.
Vikings.
I have a clip
Vikings?
here from our boy Lando.
Bring them up.
He doesn't know that he's our boy, but
Oh yeah, he knows
he's our
it.
boy. I just got
let's get one of these in me.
yeah, get it in you, son. Get it in you.
Crack me if you got them.
And it goes towards so at the Lando Show on Instagram. He always does great shit. And he released this video that's kind of right about what we're talking about. This is the offseason plan. He keeps talking about a 7-point offensive plan. It goes a little bit away from the defensive coordinator talk, but it is relevant as to like what they're talking about of who they want to pick next. So it's
Like
still
in the draft.
Yeah, like no. So it's about the players, but then they're talking about the players, but then they mention like, well, then we need a coach who's going to be able to pick these guys.
DC,
So
sorry,
it does
DC.
wrap it up, but it starts talking off about players. I didn't explain that very well.
Sorry, no.
And I got to it. I finally got to it. Oh, hang on. Let me just unmute this.
Crack him if you got him in the world comes down. Landers. Oh, there we go.
Bring him back.
Javonte Williams. They hinted at the qualities of the next defensive coordinator, what he will possess. And then also their plans for Kenny Clark, which all but confirm an aggressive free agent future. Kenny Clark, the second of our 7 simple steps that the Cowboys could take to printing money.
Pause for a sec.
That is now all but confirmed.
So number 1 was re-sign Javonte Williams.
Yep.
Is that what number 1 was? So number 1 was re-sign Javonte Williams.
Or no, maybe number. Yes.
I think I heard Williams.
Yeah, he's talking about Javonte Williams.
He's
and I
talking
think-
about 7 steps to what they need to do. I
what
think
they need to do,
number
yes.
1 was re-sign Javonte Williams. Number 2, which he's on right now, is get Kenny Clark back.
Yeah.
Okay. I see
There's
what we're
5
doing.
others that get us to a total of $110 million to spend. Okay, let's take a listen. Starting first with Javonte Williams.
Javonte's at
pause
the
this,
top
let
of
me
our
know.
list to go out
Pause.
and sign.
We're listening to Lando, who's listening to
Jerry.
Jerry. We're in a Inception right now.
This is Inception.
Anyways, go ahead.
And We want to bring him back. We want to sign him to a multiple-year deal. In my understanding, he really wants to be back as well, which is helpful. But certainly that's one of our priorities is to get him re-signed.
Now here's
So that's they want to sign a long-term deal with Javante.
Yeah, do it.
Jerry,
Matt's not
Steven,
happy
and
with that.
Shotty all
No, I am.
single, doubling, and tripling down on Kenny Clark's return in 2026 and beyond. Right here.
And I can stop right there because they're there. They're tremendous players.
They're tremendous.
What's going on over there, Giggles?
Anth like said he's
Well, I
playing
got-
his phone to the thing.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I like that Jerry Jones was kind of stuttering when Ad did the impression of Jerry Jones. It was pretty spot on. And then I was trying to think of, why can't I think of Batman's name?
Steven?
Yeah, but what's his real name?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, why is Michael Keaton there? Is all I was thinking. Because he looks
Very much like Michael
Batson.
Keaton.
He's Batson.
The thing is, we got a lot of players.
No, that's what I was giggling about. I'm having a
To
good time.
build around from the ethos of the team about football and about you want dogs, they're dogs.
The only other thing I would add is just that, when we're looking for this guy, we obviously have, we think, some really key pieces in place. And
He's talking about the DC now,
Yep.
picking him up.
so you want this guy to have a vision for how he's going to use Q, how he's going to use Kenny, because we've made big commitments there, how he's going to use Osa, obviously easy at the end.
And one thing I'm going to add to that, just having exit meetings with those guys, you give Q, you give Kenny an off season. Imagine the influence they're already
for a
having
sec,
an influence.
pause it for a
When I
sec.
asked the guys,
You're thinking what I'm thinking. Jerry Jones is looking. Now Eberflus is gone. Shoddy, don't think you can come in here and talk me and my son.
No, what I was thinking, you bring back Kenny Clark with Osa and Q.
For a full off season
You-
and training camp?
You have the best. We went from the weakest interior.
Yeah.
Because let's just say it
Defensive
though.
line.
Hey, don't
to
shy on Easy. He would have had a sack.
Yeah.
too.
But I'm just saying,
You
in
know?
the middle though,
Oh,
like if you take
right,
those
right,
three
right.
guys from the starter to the end, you have the strongest interior defensive line in the NFL.
And let's just say it. Osa didn't really splash off the page this season. So
No, he didn't. You're right.
And I want to attribute that to Eberflus. I'm not going to blame it completely on personnel in this, but I just don't. Yeah, Osa, we were really excited about Osa and
Got paid.
got paid.
Shout out to Sam Leaf.
And so now, like, let's see him have that season that we know he can have.
And he can, and it's getting well. And before we hit play again, as soon as, in coincidence or not, me and Ad were texting each other early yesterday when old Eberflus got released or fired, and 2 minutes after, Q posted on Instagram, "Big things coming."
Yeah,
Coincidence? I don't know.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
We damn well hope so. It's been 4 years without someone who's a big thing. Keep an ear open because Shoddy starts naming the leaders in the locker room, and I think you're going to be happy with who they are in the defensive side of the ball.
hey, who are the leaders in the locker room? Who are the guys of influence? 4, 95, 97, 92, 0.
Yes.
Yeah. So we did name Dak, but
Yeah, you got Dak, obviously. That's without saying. But then
92,
you got the
97, 95,
and zero.
0.
That's good. Because a lot of people might not think that with Overshown because he's missed some time.
Yeah.
But then you got those 3 defensive tackles.
But what do you hear there? The defensive line is where the leadership comes from.
And they eat. Like, imagine Quinnen Williams. Like, this is the thing. You get Quinnen Williams for a full season with guys that he can, like, learn training camp with and go into battle with.
Yeah.
And then him making plays. That just breeds better players, man.
Yeah.
We didn't have that at the start of the year. We didn't have so 2 of the 4 guys that they named outside of Dak Prescott, they weren't even on the field for half the year.
Yeah.
Overshown and Q. Those guys weren't even on the field.
And think Clowney as well. I know he's part of the D line though, but these guys all showed up throughout the season
Yep.
and were forced to kind of mesh and work together. And that's what you get when you get veterans. They just figure it out. Almost done here. I think.
You give those guys an off season, being around the other players, powerful.
And then finally, their qualities that they're forecasting to us in their next defensive coordinator candidate.
someone that's passionate about football, but the ability to take what is complicated information. What we ask our players to do in all three phases is complicated. We want guys that can say complicated information in a simple manner.
The qualities, what Shadi just mentioned, a great ability to communicate complex information in a simple manner. That was an issue, okay? But then also, on top of that, the F word, right down here.
Jesus,
Lando,
Lando.
you can't say that, buddy. You can't say that.
But I love
flexible, flexible.
Oh, flexible. The F word?
flexible.
F word? Okay.
But hey, he's got a whiteboard. We got a whiteboard.
Yeah, we're
I
just
thought-
chilling.
I thought he was wearing a psychopathic
Me
records
too.
hat
Me too.
Whoop whoop.
And multiple with your defensive deployments. That's going to be who your next defensive coordinator is.
Not enough finger tapping.
No.
Well, you
No,
know
he's
what?
good. Lando's good.
Love Lando and appreciate the quality. If
Yeah,
you're not
that was just
following him,
released 4 hours ago. He's blown up. This guy's killing it.
yeah, if you're not following him, go follow him on Instagram at the Lando Show, Lando. He's worth your while.
Yeah, and if you go there and you comment, say, "Hey, at
Can fans.
Cowboys Can fans sent you."
Campaign said us. But I think that's
Crack him if you got him.
a nice transition because I think he laid out pretty much. He analyzed what the Cowboys are looking for very nicely, and so when we look at the options that people are talking about for the new DC, in DC, or for the
For
DC,
DC,
for
yeah.
DC, yeah, like who do you think matches it? I don't know these guys, so I want to research a little bit more. But this is my question, I guess. We talk about guys like Brian Flores and the recently released
Raheem Morris.
Raheem Stewart, I was going to say. Just coming up with a name. Raheem Morris. And just those two guys specifically, I wonder if they're kind of maybe a little too far ahead in terms of going to come in and play the second fiddle that's necessary, right? Like sometimes you bring in a DC and it's like you own this side of the ball and the DC or coach owns the other side of the ball, and that's okay. But I don't know if that's the dynamic that the Cowboys are looking for from what they said. I don't know what you guys picked up.
It's tricky, man. This might be the greatest mysteries of the offseason. Until we know, like, none of us guessed Shoddy was going to be the hire for the Dallas Cowboys as the head coach last year. I have a feeling it's going to be like a dark horse that nobody's talking about.
But that's usually what the Cowboys are going for. They're going for this person that's way off over here. I think this time they need to go. Like they didn't even interview some of the. They didn't interview Ben Johnson. They didn't interview any of these guys for the head coaching position
because they knew Shoddy was going to be it.
Yeah, so for sure. And if he's that culture guy and they had that plan, fantastic, awesome. I think Shoddy's going to pan out. I like what Shoddy's doing there. I think for this DC scenario though, you have to go for these big names. You have to get them in. You have to hear what they're going to do. I mean, obviously we've talked about it and we'll maybe get into it a little bit more, but like a guy like Flores, is he a 1-year rental for you because he's going to get a head coaching job next year?
But people thought that about Dan Quinn also. Because I've kind of been on the same page as you had, saying Flores, and I think all of us have kind of said that if Flores comes in and the defense turns it around and ends up being pretty good next year, he's gone. But that kind of happened with Dan Quinn, remember? Like there was talks about Dan Quinn leaving multiple seasons to go be a head coach, but he stuck around with the Dallas Cowboys until they had a loss, right? And it just makes you think, maybe these guys, they'll really wait for the right spot if they get to the Dallas Cowboys. Like maybe they do come in here, change this defense around, have a chance to play for a Super Bowl, which we've been pretty far away from for the next few years. But I hope it's a big name, but I could see it being a dark horse.
Jameson McGowan, who is an Eagles fan, he has a couple comments in here that I do feel like I could share. Not some of his other trashy ones like Go Birds, but this one he says, Jonathan Gannon made a Super Bowl in the NFC East. So he was the defensive coordinator for the Eagles for a period of time. Was he there when they actually made the Super Bowl, or was he there the year before and then they made the Super Bowl? I'm not sure.
Couldn't tell you.
But anyways, not the greatest.
Well, I'm going to show you right now why if Gannon ever became, I would boycott Cowboys for the year.
If Jonathan Gannon becomes the DC?
became the DC for the Cowboys.
Boost it up. Give us full screen on him.
What's up? Hey! What's up, man? How you doing? Good.
Looks him up and down.
Shots. Explosives. You can run. So,
The fuck
Give
is
me
he
one
even
more. Give me-
saying
give me-
there?
Give me the
What is he even saying?
Explosives.
Give that other,
Explosions,
give that other one,
explosives.
give the other one that I sent.
I don't know which one that is.
hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Good. Good. Shots. Explosives. You can run. So,
Shots. Explosive. You
I
can run.
I put it in the chat. Probably just like a little bit before that one that you shared. But anyway,
I
it
don't
doesn't
know
matter.
which one though. Like what?
I'm trying to
what
think.
am I looking for?
It's him in
in the
front.
locker room and his
Yeah, there it is. There it is, right there.
goofball. He's just like
welcome back.
fake, or he's
Who's
trying to
over
be
here?
something.
Quick, let me see your hands. Who took the bus? Did you have fire in your gut? Did you? We're here for a reason. Don't get that twisted. Okay, we're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast. Be who you are. Just understand, I'm looking for killers.
Who took a bus? It's just so confusing. He's asking questions that make no sense.
Now I'm
And
wondering.
almost like the first 10 like 10 or 15 seconds, it's almost like they took just clips of it.
I was just gonna say.
Is that actually?
I
Like,
don't know.
I need to know if that's how it actually flowed. Or
I'm
not.
gonna. I have to go back to watch that.
Because if it
episode.
did flow that way, it's like, what the fuck are you talking
But
about?
this is an official edit though from their.
Yeah.
So it's not like someone watched an episode and clipped out the most cringiest things.
It's just
This
so
was their
wild.
best edit.
Did you drive here
put
or
forward.
did you take a bus?
I get what he's saying.
Pew, 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 pew.
I get what he's saying, and that one's
Can you
not.
explain it to me then?
Well,
'Cause I'm not getting
driving
it.
here, you're driving. Taking the bus, you're letting someone else drive you.
Oh, I was
No, well,
actually.
also
I was thinking literal.
I was
Oh.
thinking monetarily, like I'm
Oh, we
taking a
all
bus
think
here. I
different-
want to be able to drive myself. I want to get paid. I want to be on this football team.
Which is how I think Ad's
Yeah,
saying it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
are
yeah.
you here driving yourself or are you here
Yeah.
to catch a ride? And
But-
I'm thinking like actual car and bus a little bit, but that may okay. Now that we've talked about it out loud, it makes a little bit more sense because the first couple times I watched it, I'm like, the fuck is this guy going on?
Forever
It's not-
DC says on Jonathan Gannon that Clayton Adams could be in the building championing him because he came from Arizona, so he would actually know if he's a solid dude.
And then he's gonna meet him at the doors of AT&T, going pew pew
Well,
pew.
Again,
Pew, pew.
some guys.
Fireworks.
This is who you want coaching our defense.
Well, hey, you'd have to bring up his what
Can we chat GPT his last DC coordinating?
Yeah, got the Eagles to a Super Bowl.
Well, but let's chat
don't know.
GPT.
I'm
Let's chat GPT him and see.
What do you want to?
Like,
What do you
I'll-
want
Just go
to?
chat GPT and just put up
Or
the
gra-
last 10 years of
Sorry.
Jonathan
I
Gannon's
can just look at Wiki for him.
or whatever. Just get last 10 years of Jonathan Gannon's coaching career.
Someone in the chat said this adult-looking Pee Wee Herman. Where is
He
it?
is Pee-wee, totally.
Hey, if he comes in and changes his mind, born in 1983, this nerd's a year older.
Looks like an
than me.
overgrown Pee Wee Herman, says
That-
Davey 11.
That's pretty funny.
So here's his coaching career.
Okay, so let's go to 2014 Minnesota Vikings assistant defensive backs coach, Indianapolis Colts defensive backs coach, Philadelphia Eagles defensive coordinator. And then so he wasn't the defensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl.
No, I know.
He
That's
went to the Super Bowl with
Yeah.
them. Okay, I
Yeah.
see. Which is still pretty good. But he was the Arizona Cardinals head coach 2023, 2025. They've been pretty bad.
Yeah.
And he only had one stint as a defensive coordinator. And I'm out on him,
He's a secondary guy, as you can see. So
which we need. But I'm out on adult Pee Wee Herman.
Jameson McGowan says, "Well, the bright side is your defense can't get any worse."
That is true. It would be hard for whoever gets hired and takes over this defense to have a worse season. It's honestly, I don't think it's possible.
He looks like he should be acting in the next season of the Tim Robinson's
The coach.
Couch Company show. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, he's on the list. He's on a list. He's
Yeah, not on
on
mine.
people's list. But
Not on my list.
the biggest.
Margus, who's an Eagles fan, says, "Please hire Gannon. He's a loser."
Thank you. Hey, we agree. We love you, Margus. But the big guys, and this is what I did a little.
You did a little poll.
I did a little quick
You did
poll.
a little pee-pee
Throw
poll.
it up here.
Toss it up there, kid.
Not a lot of votes. Only 47.
I'm one of the 47.
I didn't vote.
Who do you think I voted for?
Flores?
Raheem Flores.
You went Jim
Brian
Leonard.
Morris.
You went Jim Leonard.
I went Leonhard.
Is it Leonard?
Leinard.
Leinard.
I don't know.
Leinard. But yeah, those are the three kind of big names that I see being. I know there's a few other guys, but those are the ones that I see that a lot of people are talking about.
So it's not going to be any of those guys.
Yeah, Flores, Morris, Leonard. I think Flores, if he gets an opportunity for a head coaching position, I just think that might be too juicy for him.
And their
not to
defense,
take.
the Vikings' defense was so good this year.
I mean, look,
That on a team that's not even making the postseason, you have buzz about the defensive coordinator.
So
that's crazy.
Sammy's saying Al Harris isn't up there? Question mark. I mean, we're big advocates of Al Harris.
Yeah, but
coming
that's
to
someone
DC,
else
but
then.
He's possibly a little bit of the more of the dark horse. He's not a front runner for the DC job.
I could see him sticking around with the Bears even. Still.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, with Al Harris, of course, I'd love to see him. It's just he's probably in like a tier 3 in terms of the coaching qualities they would look at. Like, not my personal opinion, but I wouldn't take mine anyways because it's not really worth a grain of salt. But yeah, and then on top of that, I think Al Harris could get the interview for sure. But would he want to move on from where he is? He's got a good thing going in Chicago. They're a playoff team.
Led the NFL in takeaways, or at least really close.
I think he could definitely get some action now, but he's one more quality season away from like
firing it up,
or from being a Brian Flores, let's say. Right? Like, he's not that guy this year. He's very good, but next year, if he puts together the same effort and the Bears do the same thing, it's going to look really much better on his resume.
Well, the
double downing, doing it twice in a row.
I think they also probably aren't going to, for what they need and where they came from. If you don't have credentials as already have been maybe a DC, so DC to coach back to DC, the Cowboys might not even really have you as a large runner.
But I also don't want, and this was where I'm against Morris and Flores, is like, I don't want a head coach who's been reverted back. I kind of want that guy who's still on his up and up.
But what about a Dan Quinn, though? Because that happened with Dan Quinn. He's been our best guy since CanFan's been around. Actually, he's been the best Cowboys defensive coordinator in the last 20 years.
Did he go from Falcons from Falcons to the Cowboys?
Yep. Got fired.
Okay, I thought there was a year gap.
Nope. Got fired, came to the Cowboys.
Okay.
So, and there is situations, but I also, if I do agree with AJ, I want someone, especially because we just had the guy that went from a head coach to the defensive coordinator, and how'd that turn out?
Yeah, I want to read up on this Jim Leinhart. Or Adam, do you know a little about him?
Well, he's the assistant head coach and pass game coordinator for the Denver Broncos, who are the
Denver Broncos.
Have a very solid defense, and they're the 1 seed in the AFC. So he spent the past 2 seasons with Coach Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos, as it says here.
He's given the assistant head coach job in 2025. I always don't really understand that. It's kind of like
weird.
Yeah. He's been high on the Cowboys list before. If Broncos coordinator Vance Joseph earns a head coaching opportunity, many expect Leinhart to take over the role.
Well, it's the weird thing. He has all these other titles, but he's not the defensive coordinator.
No, he's not the DC, but he has been the coordinator.
Assistant head coach.
He was the Wisconsin defensive coordinator.
I always thought the assistant head coaches were the offensive and defensive coordinators.
I know. I think it's
just not without saying that title.
I remember one article we were reading. I forget which one it was, maybe I was reading it on my own. But they wanted him. He was supposed to get the job as a DC, and I think maybe he has that assistant title because they're like, hey, we're going to pay you, and we want you here, and maybe you'll get it next year if they've already committed. I don't know what the whole thing around it is, but I just know based off of I watched a video breakdown of him and seeing the stuff there. I'm like, you know what? I think this fits. He has a resume that looks good on paper. And right now, the defense that he's with is doing very, very well. So those are all things that check my box. And I don't see him going for, I see him laddering up to a defensive coordinator position before going to head coach, where a lot of these other guys could still be fringe. Brian Flores could go 1 year into head coach. These other guys who, like Raheem Morris, he could get a coaching job. Like, there's so many vacancies for coaches right now. He could just transition right over to the Raiders or something, right?
Yeah. So what experience does Leinhart have with DC, though?
He doesn't.
He
No,
was
I'd
that he had.
say
Well,
he's
not
going
in
to
the-
ladder up though.
Yeah, not in the
So
N-
he's the up and coming guy, like
not
pass
in the
game
NFL.
coordinator.
He was a DC. He was a DC for college, so he
But-
was a defensive coordinator for Wisconsin.
Yeah, and right.
just not in the NFL.
but they- but they also
he's had, but yeah, it's college experience. It's experience.
Crack me if you
Crack me
got
there.
him. But
I
there's
don't
also,
like it.
But there's also this thing where it's like at some point every DC went from not being like they weren't a DC to being a DC, right? So at some
I'd
point
rather
you need
if-
to kind of take a shot at a guy that needs to have that stepping stone.
Sure, I guess I'd rather him be, and I know that this can work opposite, and change my mind. I'd rather him be assistant head coach and something on the defensive side of the ball,
He was the defensive passing coordinator.
pass game coordinator.
Yeah. That's a big spot. That's what Al
But
Harris
that's
is right now.
that's offensive.
No. Pass game coordinator's defense. I
Yeah.
know the wording's weird, but it's a defensive
Okay.
spot because that's what Al Harris is.
And
too.
he used to be a safety for the New York Jets. He Shoddy was the OC during that time, so there's a little bit of some family matters there. So I'm not saying like I just think depending on how he does in his interviews. And again, it targets an area of our team that we need. Again, the experience thing, I'm not saying this is the for sure thing, but when you talk about those dark horse type of guys, I feel like it ladders more over to something like this than something like a Brian Flores. Brian Flores, if he comes into that building and he's not taking a head coach job, do not let him leave that building, right? Like that's the attitude that they should have. But who knows? Jerry Jones is calling himself Venezuela today, and he's roping Shoddy in for the Eberflus hire. Like you hired Shoddy as head coach, and you said, "Hey, what do you think about Eberflus? We really like him. We want him as our coach." And Shoddy's probably just like, "Yeah, first day on the job, but yeah, let's do it." Has no grounds to sue it, and now he's saying, Shoddy was with us. We all made this decision.
So Jim Leonard is the assistant head coach and defensive pass game coordinator
Okay.
for the Denver Broncos. Because there is offensive pass coordinators, but
Yeah.
he's specifically for the defensive side.
Yeah, makes sense. Well,
Which you think they would put that in there.
I was gonna say, well,
But they
maybe
probably
it's-
didn't because they have assistant or
maybe it's obvious, but I was gonna say also too as well. Sometimes a good defensive coordinator can run can operate an offense well, a pass game well, because they understand what the defense is going to do, right? So, I could see that happening where you take a defensive-minded guy and put him in a role where he's going to help the offensive passing.
Can I just give you Jim Leonard's current roles and kind of what it is here?
Okay.
So responsibilities in this capacity, he is heavily involved in the planning and execution of the team's defensive strategies against the pass. He works closely with defensive coordinator Vance Joseph as early as 2025 to design coverage adjustments, prepare for opponent passing schemes, and coach the secondary players, specifically the defensive backs. And his impact is Leonard has been a driving force behind a successful Broncos defense, particularly the secondary. In the 2025 season, the Broncos pass defense ranked 7th in the NFL in yards allowed per game.
Yeah, so this is his record. So he spent a lot of time in college. And on some, Wisconsin's it's like a decent team, hey? Wisconsin?
Yeah, I mean, any of these, he's kind of up and coming. So at some point, someone is going to snag him. And do you want to be the team that snags him now or the team that sits back and wait? That's what we got to ask ourselves. Do we want to go with the 1 year or 2 year rental or try to get the guy that might be here for 3 or 4 years trying to become the head coach?
True. And obviously offering someone their opportunity to be a defensive coordinator, that's like a position of power, especially with the Dallas Cowboys. I wonder, though, with Leinhard, and I'm only going to be arguing against all DCs, by the way, guys.
As you should.
Yeah.
I like it.
But the only, I'm not arguing against him. I just wonder if he's like, if I stick around here another season with Sean Payton, like all the knowledge I'm going to get, because no shot to Shoddy. I'm sure he's brilliant as well. But if you're going to pick which one you want to learn football from at this point, I think you're going to lean into,
especially a guy that's brought his team from pretty dog a couple years ago to now the first seed in the AFC. You're in a pretty good spot, and you're not right now with Leinhard. He doesn't have any of the expectation, right? They have a good passing defense, which could be attributed to him. If something went bad, he's not the scapegoat right now.
Yeah.
like they said, if Vance Joseph moves on, he's probably next in line to become the defensive coordinator for the Broncos.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but and the only difference right now too is like they can't, like a guy like him. Well, you know what? Maybe they can't. Because the bye week, when you're coordinating with interviews, you can get people who don't have play calling abilities, right? Like if you're not a DC or an OC, you technically can't interview them while they're in the playoffs. If there's the bye week, you can get them, but guys who aren't with play calling duties, you can just you can request the meetings anytime, I believe.
Bring
right?
them on in.
I don't know, but that sounds like an interesting rule.
If I'm the Dallas Cowboys right now, I'm trying to find my successor to defensive coordinator ASAP.
Yeah.
You have a void on your team. The sooner you get somebody in to start working as your defensive coordinator, the better.
Yeah, and I think on one side of things, of course, we want a guy who's going to last more than 1 year. But at the other side of things, I also want a guy who I'm like, I want you to guarantee me you'll give me 2 years.
Yeah.
I need you this year and next year. And then if you're going off to greener pastures, by all means. But like, I can't have you come in, turn this fucking team around, and then leave.
I heard. I feel it was. I don't know who I was listening to talking about this, but I thought this was a pretty good take. It was probably
take it as your own.
I think it might have been Brian Broaddus.
I think it was BW1.
But like a Brian Flores guy, because we were just saying like 1 year rental, then he's gone. Well, when the DC comes in, if he's like, we want you to bring you're going to obviously set up your defensive staff, and you need to make sure there's someone on your staff that is that natural successor. If you're leaving us after a year to take a head coaching job, we need to have that natural successor from your crew that's going to kind of go into that fit role. I don't like that. I just thought that was interesting. Possibly, again, someone in chat was saying, take a flyer in 1 year. You know what? Going for Brian Flores, even if it's like he might be a 1 year and done, it's like, we're trying to be winning now, right?
Give me anything give me a postseason team if that's what it takes. If it's a one and done and we're the 19th ranked defense with the same offense, okay. I know I'm saying now I want multiple years, but just do not make us next year at this time. Next year in 2027 in January, please don't have us talking about this week at least what defensive coordinator we're going to hire. I want to know if we're going to win a playoff game.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
Next year, the goal has to be NFC Championship because wild card ain't gonna cut it.
No,
that's getting a wild card is like we almost did. We almost got the wild card this year
with a terrible team.
Like not to say almost, but
still
a few things could have happened in the last 3 weeks, and we would have been in the playoffs.
It should never be. It should be try to get a first round bye. If you can't get a first round bye, it should be NFC Championship, and I even say it should be Super Bowl. And unfortunately, the Cowboys haven't had success with that in the last 3 decades. But yeah, I want somebody here, and if it,
I'll take this was my point. I'll take that 1 year guy if they get to the NFC Championship.
Hey, I agree.
Okay,
100%.
And that doesn't mean you got to stop there.
And that's what. Yeah, you're right. So it's like, okay, when you take on this 1 year rental, if the 1 year's worth if the juice is worth the squeeze, do we care?
But I'm not happy if you take a 1 year rental and they just get us to the wild card again
and lose.
No bueno.
Agreed.
No bueno. And I definitely don't want to be like, oh, no,
we can't accept playoffs as a victory.
It's not
after 2 years because
Dak's time's ticking.
Well, he's
going to be 33 next year.
It's like a trick that people do, right? Where they don't do something for so long that when they finally do it, you're like, oh yay.
Well, if they're
this is good, it's like this was bare minimum.
Everybody who says like, oh, the Cowboys haven't made it to a Super Bowl, and it's like I would rather not make it to the Super Bowl than be the San Francisco Giants who haven't won a Super Bowl.
San Francisco Giants.
They
have never won.
And I don't think they will.
49ers have won.
49ers have not won
since '94.
Oh.
But they made it to how many times did they made it to the Super Bowl?
Yeah. No, you're right. However,
since the last time they won.
We give them credence because of that, and
I'm just saying everybody.
Cowboys have to win the Super Bowl to shut anyone up.
Their laurels on that
Super Bowl appearances.
How many times have you guys made it to the Super Bowl?
It's the same thing. It's like, and I'm gonna
You were the first loser. Congrats.
Yeah, I'm in a fantasy football chat, and I always get a little bit of shit because I'm a Cowboys fan. But there's a Cardinals fan in there, and they're like, "Well, when's the last time the Cowboys have made the NFC Championship?" I was like, "Who gives a fuck? When was the last time the Cardinals won the Super Bowl?"
Yeah.
You can't pick and choose what your argument is. You can't pick and choose that making an NFC Championship game to make the Super Bowl is better than not.
No.
What's the end game? We need a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't won a Super Bowl, there's a very few teams. The Eagles can talk shit to us. They won the Super Bowl last year. They still have enough time to talk. I'd say anyone in the last 10 years that their team is. I'd say anyone in the last 29 years can talk shit about if the Cowboys won a Super Bowl or not. But besides that, it's irrelevant.
There's 2 times when losing, or there's 2 things in my head when losing in playoffs is like you can feel good about it. Number 1, if your team goes to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, like the Bills did, and loses all 4, you'd be heartbroken. But the 4th time, you got to start laughing and be like, we have a record no one's ever gonna freaking break.
No teams made. Yeah,
you know,
never.
And number 2 is the NBA and the NHL playoffs with a 7-game series. You could go out in round 1 of that after doing having a battle,
like Game 7 overtime.
Game 7 overtime loss, and be like,
we played our
asses out.
Yeah.
And that's the difference of football. You get one game, you do not have the opportunity to come out flat-footed.
If you're a wild card team, you have to play 3 perfect games to make the Super Bowl.
Yes, yeah.
That's just the fact of the matter.
Or hope that your opponent's the bed
Yeah.
at the right time in every one of those games, right?
And it doesn't matter if you're a 8-9 team or whatever the record of some of these bottom barrel teams are, 9-8.
8-9. 8-9. The Carolina Panthers are 8-9.
Okay, 8-9, and then what are the Steelers?
Steelers are 9-8.
No, Steelers were 10 and
okay, because
they won.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
10 and 7.
Okay, so you could be one of those teams who squeak it in.
But 10 and 7 is still not a bad record.
Well, 8-9.
8-9's terrible. Carolina Panthers. I hope they win.
What if they?
I hope they do. If I'm cheering for any teams, this is actually a fun conversation.
Side question.
Yeah, this is side quest.
Bring up the playoff picture.
Yeah, bring up playoff picture. Let's just look at teams quickly and who, because we're going to be live streaming. So anyone in here, we're going to be live streaming every game this weekend. 2 games on Saturday.
Not on.
Yeah, 2 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday. We're not going to do the Monday nighter, but we are going to do the games on Saturday and Sunday. So what do we got here? You have the.
Let me zoom in.
And this doesn't give the times though. So
okay, let me find another one.
Yeah, give us some, AJ, if you can find us. Because I know the
cut my feet.
I know the Texans and the Steelers play Monday night. I would just go to Google and just type just hit NFL. Just type NFL.
I know. I just wanted to see.
You want something nice like that?
Yeah, something
with
like
some
that.
times.
Give me two more scrolls.
Okay. Well, AJ's looking.
I'll
for,
just go to.
Yeah, if you just literally type NFL into Google into your search bar.
Yeah, the Google one has
is the best. Yeah, it's my favorite. I just go and just type NFL.
It's what Brandon Aubrey uses to check his schedule.
Yeah, it is.
He took you
NFL schedule, and then just down to Seymour Skinner.
Okay,
there you go. So this is good. So you got this weekend, Rams Panthers. So that's the team Ad was talking about. That's 8-9, the Carolina Panthers. So that is on Saturday. So the 2 games Saturday, Rams, Panthers, Packers, Bears. Those are our 2 games. Okay. Then going forward on Sunday, where you have the 3 games, you got the Bills at the Jaguars, you have the 49ers at the Eagles, and you have the Chargers at the Patriots. But just looking at these teams, like you have to have some sort of team you're kind of cheering for a little bit.
Well, I'm cheering for the Bears on Saturday night. That's for sure.
Okay.
Packers are out. We get the 20th pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Possibly 19th even.
Possibly 19th even.
Depending what else happens.
Yeah.
Toss me one, son.
Sorry. Had to get it before we started to talk about it.
No, it was good.
I'm going for Steelers in the playoffs as a total. However, I'm going to answer your question directly. I feel like I'd like to see Chargers beat the Patriots.
Yeah, that'd be an upset.
I'd like to see the Chargers beat the Patriots only because I like Herber. Refresh the page, AG.
You're French Jay from now on.
Yeah.
But I think one of the most exciting games, I don't know, I think Saturday's the more exciting day.
Yeah.
I like even though it only
Saturday.
has 2 games, but
Okay, yeah, sorry.
But we're 49ers fans on Sunday
Yeah,
at
for sure.
1:30 p.m.
So I'm gonna go. I think Saturday nights are going to be a good game. Bears, and it's supposed to be snowing, so we're gonna get a Saturday night snow game potentially.
Yeah.
But I'm
Is that in Chicago, right?
I'm gonna say this right now, and I think this will be
Going back to Chicago.
I feel it. That's a great song.
It is a good song. Good track.
I'm gonna go for Duval.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Especially against the Bills.
I think that's gonna be a shootout. I think that's gonna be a high scoring shootout game.
That's a 10 a.m.er.
I like it because they've been doing so well without Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Not that I wanted to see him get injured, but I just like it's a small market team. They put out some really good stuff.
Big Daddy Khan.
Yeah, Big Daddy Khan, AEW, Blood Ties there.
Stoneface.
Yeah, Stoneface,
Easter
Sunshine.
Island. Easter Island.
Hey, he got squatted. He was out at a bar getting squatted by a chick.
Oh, I seen that. Was that
awesome.
real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
It's so crazy now. You're like, is this AI? I don't know.
I know. I was like, is that real?
But
Is that shit real?
I can tell. I just look at the dick and balls. And
Yeah, is there
I
a
can tell
bulge?
if they're
But-
squirreling around?
I cross-referenced his face to those Easter Island statues. I was like, that's got to be him.
It's gotta be the proportions are perfect.
They're big.
Totally.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, I was just gonna say I like the idea of the Jaguars going deep.
Here's the thing about the Bills. I'm not too afraid of them. I've never have been. It's all based off of Josh Allen and what he can do. Not to say that they don't have players on that team. The Bills have always been a good team. They've freaking had the Cowboys.
Running backs
number.
pretty good.
Running backs. Everyone is like they've got a bunch of above average, obviously led by an exceptional quarterback.
No receivers though, really, right now.
Yeah, none.
Keon Coleman did not show up this year.
No, he did not, and I think he's.
There are
I think
issues with it.
he didn't show up, or he just showed up, and that's who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, or that's who it is. For me, you still
But, I just wanted to say
you're good.
with Allen, I feel like he's got a bit of the, dare I say, Dak Prescott paradox in him.
You can't get over that hump.
And if he loses in this game, he's going to be scrutinized because it's going to be another year that the Bills get to the playoffs, and he's supposed to run them there.
This is his easiest trip to the Super Bowl.
No Lamar, no Mahomes.
No, guys that have had his number.
That's right.
No Lamar, no Mahomes.
Yeah, but guess who showed up?
Sunshine.
For me, I only have one kind of thing I'm going by for my voting or my cheering program this weekend. Packers, Bears.
Yeah.
Bears win, we get a better draft pick.
Yep.
And Packers,
Yep.
realistically. And then Eagles, 49ers. This is my cheering always goes to this. It starts with this. Who's playing against the Eagles?
Yeah.
Cheer for them. I hate the 49ers. They've been probably the biggest thorn in the Cowboys' side in the last 5 years.
This is we're running it back to the NFC Championship game. We're not cheering for the Commanders. We're just cheering for the Eagles.
Exactly.
Also-
and I'm not cheering for the Niners. I'm cheering for Philadelphia to lose.
And if that happens to mean that you're cheering for a 49ers touchdown,
it has to happen. I love Nate Dogg. He's going to be here with us Saturday night. Love Nate, huge 49er fan. After this round, if they beat the Eagles, the Niners are on my hit list. They're the next team in the NFC. The only teams I hate when I look at this, I only have 3 teams I hate that I don't want to win the Super Bowl right now. Packers, Niners, Eagles.
Yeah.
Those are the only 3 teams I don't want to watch the Super Bowl.
Here's the only scary thing about the Eagles, because their defense obviously is keeping this team alive and have been. And the offense, there really doesn't seem to be an offense. I think last game, if I remember hearing correctly, Jalen Hurts didn't complete a pass in the second half.
He didn't.
And they still ended up winning
And they
the
still
game.
won the
That's
game.
what's scary about the Eagles. However,
They can win when the offense
I'm-
is doing diddly shit.
and I am nervous because they can put together, and they have players to do it. They have Saquon Barkley. They have
Saquon could go on a 3-game run.
exactly. That's it. And so it is a little bit like I'm hoping that the Eagles can, because there's no way that they're going to play like how they've played in the last half of the season and make it to the Super Bowl. They could win a couple games, but they're going to need a lot of luck on their side to get to the Super Bowl.
You're playing the cream of the crop. This is the
Wow,
best.
minus the Panthers?
Minus the Panthers. Well, but who
No,
knows,
they made
man?
it.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Panthers with an
I
upset.
want the Panthers to upset the Rams because then
Same.
all of a sudden they're just up there gooping around with
8-9.
Mommy and Mabe.
Only team under 500. Yeah. Man, we got a bunch of good football to watch this weekend, though. It's gonna be fun.
And I agree with Alex. I'd like to see the Steelers beat the Texans just so we don't have to hear everybody talk about the Texans.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Steelers are kind of a team that you see Rodgers doing his thing. He's kind of, I follow this one page on Instagram. His name is Rodgers Realm, and he kind of looks like
Aaron
Rodgers a little bit, and he does like, you should pull him up. He's actually pretty funny. As AJ's pulling up, he does
What's
like
it on Instagram.
Yeah, Rodgers Realm.
Okay.
And he does like the emotes for Aaron Rodgers, and he does all this shit. And he kind of said it. He's like, Aaron Rodgers is that only quarterback left in like Gen Z's childhood.
He is.
He's the last one for that like Gen Z, like the guy.
Well,
kid.
hang on. Phillip Rivers.
But he's gone. He's not in the postseason.
Joe
though.
Flacco.
But I mean, in the postseason.
Yeah, you're right. In the post.
So it's like, if you're going to pick a quarterback.
But funny thing, joke being, Phillip Rivers had to come back after 5 weeks on the couch.
He literally was, if he didn't come back this year, he would have been in lineup for the Hall of Fame. So let's just find, he does some pretty funny emotes.
No,
have you ever seen this guy?
I've seen it. I'm trying to find
like
the
that one right there.
Where?
That one right there.
This?
Oh, you're talking about the helmet, like a helmet.
No,
one?
he does like
Go up. I think
acts
just in
like him,
picture.
right?
You're just in pictures. Go,
Oh,
click reels. Yeah, but he's pretty funny. This guy. He's got some pretty funny videos, and
I like that he has a
He's
full
got the
outfit.
gear. He's
got the full outfit. He's got the full like Jets outfit. He has all of it. He has a bunch of this shit. It's pretty funny, man. But he's just talking about how like,
oh, give me a scoop of gumbo.
What? I'm not getting anything. I can't hear anything. Time out. Shit. I can't. No, I'm not getting anything. No. Give him a new helmet. Hurry up. I'm coming. It doesn't work, Brad. Get it out of here. Here. Nothing. This one doesn't work either. Are you fucking kidding me? Get out. 19. It's hot. Hey, easy. Belly. Big old belly.
Yeah. Play clock. Running. Rodgers. Throwing. In the middle. It's through. First and goal. Pittsburgh. At the 6. A gain of 30.
He's not even wearing cleats.
Rodgers protected. To Austin for the touchdown.
I don't care what people say. I do like Aaron Rodgers.
same. And I've kind of had a resurgence on Aaron Rodgers, and like, if I have to pick kind of a dark horse team for myself.
I mean, sorry, I'm
think
going to stop and
Steelers.
I'm going to follow this guy just so I.
Oh, he's funny,
Hey.
man. He's good. Rodgers Realm.
Okay, here's another question just to put a button on the... Where the fuck did I put it? To put a button on this. Which teams do you feel good about winning a Super Bowl?
Anthony, you don't even
Seattle.
follow him.
Yeah, I do.
Seattle?
Yeah, I think Seattle for sure.
Adam's here doing social media.
Sorry, I
We're
had
trying to
to.
run a goddamn podcast.
Well, we just were watching Rodgers Realm. I just want to make sure I follow him.
Okay, that's fair. I'll reiterate. Which team or teams...
Can't follow him now. sorry.
Which teams do you feel good about winning the Super Bowl? Because obviously Eagles, 49ers don't feel good about that.
To me-
Steelers, I do.
If I had to bet money right now on a team to win the Super Bowl, it'd be Seattle.
No, who do you feel good about winning the Super Bowl?
Seattle.
sorry.
That if I'm gonna bet money, that's
Okay.
gonna be
No. I mean, okay. But would you be upset if they won the Super Bowl? Seattle.
probably not. To
Okay.
be honest, like if D-Law won a Super Bowl, I'd be pretty stoked.
Eagles
Out-
did, you'd be upset.
Eagles win, I'm pissed. 49ers win, I'm pissed. Packers win, I'm pissed because there's just certain situations.
Honestly,
Seattle, I mean, sure, it sucks. Seattle fans are super annoying, and I have to deal with Seattle fans texting me all the time because a lot of the people that are around here where we live are Seattle Seahawks fans, but they've built a pretty good team.
The thing is, the three thorn in our sides are in the playoffs.
Playoffs.
Eagles, 49ers, Packers.
Yeah.
They're all in there.
Honestly, all those three teams don't want them. So any one of those three teams that win it, I'd be choked. And then fringe fourth would be Texans for me.
Just because.
Yeah, if I look at the AFC, Texans, 100%. No other team in the AFC I could care if they won a Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl match. What's the Super Bowl matchup that you think is going to happen? Denver versus Seattle.
I'm going to say a rematch of the Willie Parker touchdown when the Steelers beat the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to say Seahawks-Steelers. That's my Super Bowl pick, Steelers-Seahawks.
Imagine that.
Well, while all these teams are vying for the playoffs. The Dallas Cowboys are looking forward to the offseason. They got 2 first-round picks, no day 2 picks, and then a bunch of picks on day 3. I'm throwing, I'm playing 500. I'm throwing the ball up, and I'm not calling it. I'm saying jackpot, and you guys get to decide which direction we go in first for this offseason. Do you want to talk potential free agency pickups, or do you want to talk what the heck do we do with these 2 first-round picks?
I would like to talk first what we do with the first round picks.
Yep,
I
same.
think that's something good because this is the offseason is going to lead into our mock drafts. I would like to know where all of our heads are at
Yeah.
with these first round picks. Like, are we trading back? Are we trading both of them to go up? Like, what the hell are us Cowboys fans really thinking about?
I think we,
Look at masks on a fall. He walks out and he leaves. Him in his 49er shirt.
This is the thing. This is how I know Anth doesn't listen to us when we talk, because he asks the question, leaves, and then he's just going to come back and be like, "Yeah, well, this is what."
I was pissing, I thought about this.
No, I've been doing a lot of mock drafts, and as we know with mock drafts, it can look at this. That's not me talking, by the way.
No, we're gonna get flagged.
I just wanted to pause them. But as we know with mock drafts, when you do them right at this point in the year, there's a bunch of guys who maybe change 1 or 2 spots, and there's a handful of, well, I would say the majority of guys shift quite a bit. I believe last year we saw a couple of running backs shift from like 5th round up 50 spots almost.
Yep.
In terms of their mock draft. I didn't confirm where they actually got drafted, but just putting that out there. And I like the guy, because when I do mock drafts, it's always by the big boards that are already set.
Yep.
So I'm always looking at those. There's a couple guys. One of them is Bengal. He does a lot. He's on YouTube. He does a lot of Madden playing and CFB playing.
Yep.
But then he does mock drafts. And when he does mock drafts, he goes through and picks them for each team. Which I think
right. Okay.
I'd like to try that with us, where we
For
do a
one?
first round mock draft.
Just a first round?
Not today.
Yeah.
But when we get into it and we pick each team just to see, because I think it's not as hard, especially now, like with how long we've been watching, and
you know what teams need.
We know what these teams need, and we can kind of make assumptions, because I was just saying with Adam, when you do the mock draft now, things definitely change.
Oh, big time.
From where players are set now to where they will be a week
yeah.
or 2 before the draft on the mock draft. Crack them if you got them.
Crack if you got 'em.
All that being said,
Technically, the other way that we could kind of cheat it, you could take a couple of like these really good analysts that we all like, and then throw it into like.
Yeah, but you look at those idiots too, and none of the shit they say ever
know.
happens. You know what I
know.
mean? Like,
Well-
I honestly,
Sorry,
I don't even want to look at
what I was going to say.
Okay.
So in combo with us, a cheat sheet, because I don't trust the PFF as like this team's this type of need. If you look at 3 analysts and they're all saying that this team would pick this person, then it just would help us.
It'd be
'Cause
better-
some of these teams I don't necessarily know if they would need.
well, here's the problem with how they do it, is because they're taking all of the analysts, so all of the 1-star and 5-star analysts, and putting them into the same bundle.
PFF.
Yeah, and well, ESPN does that too when they're doing grades. It's like they take all of their 1-star analysts and 5-star analysts,
Yeah.
and do an average. Which really, we just want to listen to the 5-star, the guys who are consistently accurate. So I think what we could do is there are lists that are made for how accurate people have been over the season, so we can take the top 3 guys, or maybe we, have a look at the list. But we can definitely do what you're saying.
Yeah.
Where we have where
I
we
was just
have
more
that
so
list
just saying a cheat
available.
sheet. Yeah,
Yeah,
just so
available
we can
for
see.
us.
Okay, this person.
I think that's good.
These 3 guys are saying that person's saying that, we're saying this. It kind of just helps.
But if we're
would help
doing a
us.
first round pick, it's like
we can just know.
you just hammer
Yeah.
through it. We're not going to sit there and debate who
No,
the
but-
Titans are going to take at 5.
Who are they going to take at 5?
I don't know. This golem looking on the screen might tell you.
Will Willing? No, that's not his name. I thought Will Willing, QB.
Good. Look at the ears on them though. Good.
As you get old.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, 2026 NFL mock draft, Reed's predictions on the first round. This is on ESPN. Anth asked a question before we went. What do you think we should do with those first round picks? Did you ask that? Or
Yeah, no, I just want to know. We got the 2. Let's just for the sakes of the conversation, we have 12 locked in. We know the Cowboys are going to pick at 12, and let's just kind of split the
Let's say
dick in
20.
the middle. Let's say 22.
Okay.
22. Okay.
Well, I'll start off with this. So obviously, in my opinion, if they do go out and we end up getting under 22 and we get 19, I'm saying pick at 19. And then if it's anything higher than 22 or even at 22, I don't think trading back's going to really render us that many picks. So I just say you sit and you get, as long as the person that we like, if an Anthony Hill Jr. or Sonny Styles is sitting in that 20th spot around there still, take it and just hopefully that we picked our 2 dog defensive guys that are day one starters. And I think that's a successful first 3-round draft there based off of what we grabbed.
But you didn't say what you want to do with the more important one. You told me what you want to do with 20. What about 12? What
I'm
do you
staying
do?
at 12.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're just playing your
You're
cards.
playing your cards on both of them.
Which I honestly don't hate.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
I don't
to
hate
be
it.
honest. Like if you could get 2 starters, because you could, it shows that they've shown the last 5 years of players being picked at 12. I'm going to paraphrase this a little bit, and I might not get all of them, but it was Micah Parsons, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tyler Booker, and then there was 2 other ones that were all really good players taken in the last 5 years at 12.
Yeah, you sent
Like,
it.
I know I sent it, but I can't. It was Jahmyr Gibbs, Micah Parsons, Tyler Booker, and I just can't think of the other 2 guys that were taken. But all 5 players that were taken at 12 have been very good players. So you don't need to trade up to get a starter. You could possibly trade back and gain some picks, but then you're really risking losing a starter.
It was Booker, Nix, Gibbs,
Okay, yep.
Jamison Williams, and Micah Parsons.
Yeah, all
Okay.
great players.
Do you want to know who was before Parsons?
Who?
Henry Ruggs III.
Okay, so that's why we just went last 5. And I mean, he could have ended up being a really good player.
Yeah,
He
but
just
let
made
me-
a bonehead
Oh, there's a
decision.
lot of guys.
Let me go to
that-
7 and 8. Rashawn Gray, Vita Vea,
Okay, good.
Deshaun Watson, who when he came in,
Dude, they made a world trade for the guy.
Yeah.
So you had something.
yeah. So there are
Deshaun
a bunch
Watson
of guys.
went
Odell
at-
Beckham Jr. was also a 12th round pick,
So there's some names.
Hey, yo.
or a 12th.
Nate
overall.
Dogg, who's going to be here Saturday to watch
Survey
football with us.
says trade those first rounds to the 49ers for Bosa.
Yeah. What I would do is, okay, I'm going to give you the worst answer ever because it's not going to be concrete. I'm not opposed to moving up to go ahead and getting downs, but I don't love it because then you get one player.
Yeah.
At least he potentially is a starter,
And could shift the team.
and it relies so much on, okay, what did we do in the free agency? But let's pretend we did nothing. Then,
Which isn't
which isn't
a
too
terrible pretend. Like could be realistic.
on both of my first round picks, I would want to keep them. However, if there's an opportunity to trade back and then pick up a second and third for either trading back, say 4 spots to get a second and third, or maybe even 2 seconds or 2/3, whatever works out. And if that opportunity happens with our next pick as well, and we see, okay, there's 3 guys. We can pick either one of these dudes. It's not going to change the trajectory of our team because we need these guys. Let's say it's CJ Allen or Sonny Styles, Donahue, and
you're gonna say
Downs.
Dono
Just
Downs.
throw Downs in there. I don't think he's going to survive. But if those guys, then it's like, yeah, we can trade back and then pick who's remaining because we'll take all those guys. We need any one of those guys. If that opportunity happens, I like trading back. I would say trading up is third on my list, and trading back is first on my list, and then keeping him is second on my list.
Okay, so you're kind of compiling picks.
I know the first round picks have a better chance. I just don't like the idea of the holes that the Cowboys have, and then not having those day 2 picks, because then we just need to hit on those first 2 first round picks.
Yeah,
And you do have a better opportunity if you pick right than you do on day 2 with 2 more picks, right? So tough titty.
Yeah, I think sorry, I was doing quick math here. I'm thinking
second half math.
Well, it's almost because we're basically at halftime.
Second half draft math.
We're basically at halftime to the draft, because from start of season to where we're at now is basically from where we're at now to the draft. Like that's how much time
True.
we have until the draft, and we don't
draft
have
end of April.
end of April. I think when you look at what they're going to do, there's obviously so many variables, but I feel like one, moving up, there has to be a guy there. If there's only 10 guys in this draft that are first round plug and play starters, then you got to make that aggressive move. But I think there's enough guys in that first round that if we stick there, we're fine maybe not grabbing anybody in the second. If the Cowboys maybe trade future picks to get up a bit and get something in the second round or third round, then. But I think the Cowboys do a very good job, or they have last year, bargain bin shopping on a few things. So as long as
Not draft-wise, though.
not draft wise, if they do their,
But then we're talking about something completely different.
no, I know. So if I'm thinking if you commit to getting the two best players we can in the first round that are going to be day one starters to help this defense, you better not fucking take an offensive player unless it's Ants and AJ's boy Jeremiah Love, and even then you'd probably be a little bit mad.
I wouldn't. If they took Jeremiah, if Jeremiah Love's there at 12, he's your BPA. And to me, the reason the Cowboys have gotten themselves in hot water is because they haven't drafted BPA. If Jeremiah Love's not going to be at 12, so I'm not even going to talk about Jeremiah Love being at there at 12 because he won't be.
No, he won't be.
He 100% will not
For
be
sure,
there
the
at 12.
Raiders are going to take him.
Could you imagine? That would be wild.
I mean, that's a committee right there.
He would never. That
Never
would never
there.
happen. Jeremiah Love, we don't even have to talk about because he's not going to be there at 12. It's we've talked with the last couple of years. We talked so much about Bijan and Genti. Those guys had no chances to ever falling to the Cowboys. There's zero chance. And the only reason I say that you take Jeremiah Love at 12, the Detroit Lions took Jahmyr Gibbs at 12, and everybody said it was a stupid pick. And he was the second running back taken in that draft.
Here are the top.
Wait, I didn't get to say what I want to.
Sorry, go ahead.
You bastards. I just want to say, I'm going to make it quick. I'm not going to go on a fucking essay here. I'm going to just say my three things. I want to sit there and pick at 12 and 20. I want to either trade back, and my last thing would be trading up. Those are my three. I don't think trading up would be dumb. I don't think
What
you
was
should
your
trade
first
up.
one?
Would just be sit and stay.
First
12, you're going to get a really good player, and if you're picking at 20, you have a very nice chance. And if you get to 20 and the guy that you don't think's there, yeah, trade back a bit, but I think sitting at 12 and 20, you could get two very nice players.
Yeah, like statistically, it makes more sense to take those 2 first-round picks rather than trading back. It just makes it a boring day 2 for us.
It makes a boring day 2, and the Cowboys have so many holes.
I think we're gonna have a boring day too.
Probably.
Well, I made this document a long time ago, but I got 2 important sheets I want to show you guys. Number 1, these are the top draft prospects. Come on, AJ.
Draft.
For safeties.
Draft.
For
Hey, these are
safeties.
drafts. I like how we completely I love that we're in draft. Go ahead, crack me if you got it.
Crack me if you got it.
I feel we're more qualified to talk in this realm than like the DC. Like we were talking at the start of like who's gonna be DC. It's like at the end of the day, they're gonna fucking pick somebody. Like who do you want? We don't fucking know. So
I want to know who he is, and then I want to analyze the shit out of him.
Same. I want to, reverse engineer him.
Reverse engineer, build him again better.
Yeah, last year we were all excited about Eberflus, so maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we're not qualified to reverse engineer either.
But here are our top safeties, cornerbacks, and linebackers. Just major positions of need. I know edge is another one.
Edge could be up there too.
Edge could be up here too. But
which we should. Okay, sorry to cut you off. It is something we should look at because it's such an important position that can change defense. I just don't want us to overlook it thinking because we don't have it settled. Like an edge position for the Cowboys isn't settled, but we'll start here. Safety, cornerbacks, linebackers. I do like this because these are all huge positions in need.
I'm glad you said we edge. We got to edge it up.
I'm just
definitely
like
got to edge talk.
If you have a chance of say an equivalent edge to Caleb Downs, I would rather have Caleb Downs because I think the edge quality on the Cowboys currently is higher rated than I would rate our safeties.
But it's weird. The NFL value safety's weird. Like people are talking about Caleb Downs getting to the Cowboys strically because possibly because he's safety, which I don't think he will be. He's not going to be there.
I doubt it.
He's going top 5. The guy's because he could play. The guy can get down. He can pretty much go in the box and play as a third line or a fourth linebacker if you needed to on first downs.
And so these rankings here, you'll see the first number 2 there on Caleb Downs, and then quotations number 1. So number 2 is his overall ranking on the draft class, and number 1 is within his position group.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And the green are the people who are highlighted within those 20 picks.
Gotcha. Okay.
So these are like green are the guys you can kind of look at as to who
Cream of the
potentially is going to be available within our first 2 picks, and then everyone else there I just wrote out the top 5 guys.
Okay.
Now, they may have changed slightly from
Because you did
a
this
couple-
back in
I did-
September.
Well, no. I did it like 2-3 weeks ago. But there's been a couple games where these guys might have shifted 1 or 2 spots. But I think generally they're going to be the top 5 dudes. But what you can look at here is obviously safeties. If you don't get downs, you're not looking at a safety.
Yeah, then that's pretty normal for the NFL. Like if you're not even because they had why can't I think of his name? The safety from the Chargers. I can't.
This right now?
Yeah, right now the safety for the Chargers, who's been like one of the best safeties in the last 10 years, and he went late. I can't think of his name. I even had him on our fantasy team in DeWack, and I just can't think of it.
Derwin James?
Yeah, Derwin James. He was one of the best safety prospects coming out of college, and he went late. So it's like safeties just don't go. So for Caleb Downs to even be projected right now as a top 5 picks, that's how good this guy is.
Yeah, and this is from Draft Buzz, so I think they're ranking them on their skill level, not necessarily like PFF, where PFF ranks them on where they think they're going to be drafted.
But Caleb Downs he'll be pretty high on everybody's draft board.
Oh yeah, anyone who needs a safety is going to be taking that guy if he's on the top of their.
It's one of those
chart,
things.
for
You go BPA, you don't even need to be wanting a safety. If you're actually drafting BPA in the top 10, you're going to pick him. Like he's just going to be the guy. He's the best player available. Like physically, positionally, he'll be the BPA. And that'll actually be a good testament to see how many teams go for BPA. Because usually you have edge, tackle, quarterback, and cornerback. Those are the 4 big positions in the first round, right? Tackles, edge rushers, cornerbacks, and quarterbacks.
Yeah, and quarterback depending on...
And quarterback, it's not a great year for quarterback.
No. With the linebackers, because we'll just want to hit cornerbacks last. Linebackers, these guys have definitely shifted the most, but Arvol Reese has always been that top linebacker. And then I think Sonny Styles has moved up to the number 2 guy, and CJ Allen is in there with Anthony Hill Jr. David Bailey, when I've been doing mocks, I haven't seen him, so he must be going somewhere between the Cowboys picks there.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of quality linebackers. When I look at all of those dudes, they all have the size that I like. I think CJ Allen might be the smallest dude. He's like 6'1", 230 or something like that. But when he makes up, again, looking at the modern linebackers, they are becoming smaller and quicker, and CJ Allen's got a lot of that really good east to west movement. Sonny Styles is just green, and then the rest of the guys, it's like, are they available? Are they the BPA when the time hits?
The scary thing about linebackers, if you don't take them, like you might have to reach for a linebacker with your second pick. If the couple of the top guys,
I've been reaching for CJ.
That's
Allen,
what I mean.
example.
Allen might be a reach. Anthony Hill might be a reach. If you take
either one of those guys are like very close.
If you take either of those guys with your second first round pick, and that might be that situation where you trade back 5 spots.
To get something
in regards to him and still pick up the linebacker.
Look at our board up there, the draft board. What linebackers went in the first round that were like solid players this year?
I'm trying to even see. I don't even know if a linebacker went in the first round.
Like Schlesinger went what round? Did we have him up there?
Yeah, and he was a beast, and he went late.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a guy like that,
but we took him early.
We took him. We take him like 3rd or 4th round usually for Schlesinger.
So linebackers maroon. Jahad Campbell was the first guy by the Eagles. He was taken at 31.
We drafted Schlesinger a bunch in like late rounds.
Schlesinger was taken. He was taken the first pick in the second round.
Yeah, okay. and we were drafting him, I believe.
Yeah, we were taking him around.
So
that.
Jihad Campbell and I think Schlesinger has better stats than Jihad Campbell.
Oh yeah,
right?
way better. And then the prior years, we were taking like Peyton Wilson.
Yeah, but Peyton Wilson's still up there.
He's a beast.
He's up in the top 15.
All Cooper, or what the fuck's the guy?
Cooper
Packers.
DeJean, he's the white cornerback. Okay?
Who's the Packers running or linebacker?
Edgerrin Cooper.
He's been a beast. So you look here, and then Demetrius,
my pooper.
Well, Demetrius Knight's another guy that we drafted a bunch last year. But linebackers in the first 3 rounds, there was only 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers taken
in the first 2,
3, first 3 rounds. Wow. Only 1 in the 3rd. So this linebacker class is stronger.
I think we were saying that last mock is like or what you would hear everyone talk about, like next year's linebacker core is better. It should be better than this year's.
Cowboys are drafting for 2030.
Yeah.
Well, you also just look at their scores, 88.6, 86.3. It's a pretty tight window, but all of these guys really are.
Any of those guys will help this team. They're going to be just as good as what we have right now.
And I feel like the second pick in the first round, if you're keeping it, should go to BPA linebacker.
And you could trade back and gain a third. That's
Yeah,
that time.
yeah.
You could trade back, and that's
Trade
kind of
back-
what you were saying.
Sorry, so if do you think would you trade back into the second or trade back late
So-
first to get a third? Like how would you do that?
Oh yeah.
The trades I've been seeing that, and again, this is a mock draft, but what you can be able to do is trade back. Someone really wants a guy
Yep.
who they think is going to go before they get him, and they're 2 or 3 spots back. So
And it's usually a position that the team that's drafting doesn't need,
yeah, typically, yeah.
right? Because like say the Cowboys are drafting at 20 and someone's trying to take a quarterback that's still there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Or a wide receiver that's there. Or a tackle. It's like something that the Cowboys aren't looking at and the next 3 teams might be.
Yeah.
So they're trying to just get past those 3 teams to get the guy that they think one of those 3 teams is going to take.
And because of the value, so what you can do in those scenarios is you can get trade back just 2 spots, but also pick up a second round pick. You might have to trade a second round pick from next year. To get it or something.
So
But
I'm fine with
there
that.
are teams who will make those moves where it's like, if we let this guy go, we're not going to get him. We need to make this trade with you now, and we're willing to give up a little bit more equity.
It
to
would
do
be one
so.
of those things where I'd like us to maybe deep dive that a little bit on a different, because I know doing it in the mocks, it's a little bit easier to kind of finagle that. Like, but when we see what teams have done,
Oh, like you want to see actual case
well,
study of
I
it.
want to see if we have 19 and we trade back to 25.
Oh, you
can
pick
we-
up a third round for
Can
sure.
we get 25 in a second round or 25 in a?
You'll
I
get a
don't- I don't
25.
want-
You'll get 25 in the third round.
Don't give me 25 in a fourth. I don't want to.
No.
I don't want a fourth. I
No,
don't
but
want-
you'll get 25 in the third round for sure.
a third. I'd be interested in moving back because 25.
And you get one
could-
of your guys
and
still.
you could still get one of these
Well,
guys.
and I think linebacker's the most likely spot that the Cowboys trade back and still think they can get. You
One of those
at
guys.
20, you'd want both those guys
Yeah.
to be on the board.
Yeah.
Because both
you want
those
3 of those guys. You want Anthony Hill, Sonny, and CJ Allen.
Sonny Styles.
Sonny is not going
I don't think he'll be there.
I think he's gonna shoot up everybody.
Yeah.
Sonny Styles is already going before the Cowboys draft in
Yeah.
their first pick.
And it does
Their
rely
first
still
pick?
on pro. It still relies on pro days,
Typically.
and obviously they're not in the postseason or in the college football playoffs anymore. Playoffs.
So who are the top 10s that are going? Who are the top 11 that are going right now? Then
Well, you got Caleb Downs. You got,
Guys, let's not go through
Yeah,
the top
sorry.
Yeah,
11. Sorry.
but on this list, on this list though, Caleb Downs.
that's
Sonny
what I meant.
Styles and Arvell Reese.
That's what I was meaning. Out of this, yeah, okay, that's what I figured. Then.
Well, you can see, like,
You're
again,
green tech. But
yeah,
minus
but
David Bailey.
it is wrong because Sonny Styles is ahead of David Bailey now
And these
in
dude-
the mock drafts.
okay.
Right? So, but
Which we've seen
cornerbacks,
that go awry.
I think, and cornerbacks, I think, is if they don't pick up a linebacker with either their first or second round pick, perhaps because in the first round, a defensive edge dropped 3 or 4 slots and the Cowboys got him at 12.
Like had to take him.
Had to take it. He's just
BPA. He's the BPA.
He's the BPA. So then we go back with the second round pick for cornerbacks, or sorry, the second pick for cornerbacks. Come on, AJ.
He wants
These
his
3 guys
cornerback.
I've seen them all between the Cowboys' first and second pick. Mansoon Delane,
Delane.
he's moved up ahead of McCoy, and McCoy's been dropping because of his
Injury.
Yeah.
He didn't play in
non-season.
2025.
Yeah, we don't want no.
And I'll ask you on these
Open-
cornerbacks, is that something that's gonna just
Yes.
like let's
Yes.
just like
We already
I'm
had-
staying
yeah,
away
we
from
had-
McCoy.
We already had
If Savon Revel-
we had 3 people on our roster this year that had injuries within like a 2-year period.
We've done it.
Diggs, Bland, Savon Revel,
No, and we've done it.
Kalen Carson.
Kalen Carson. Sorry, 4.
I would be totally fine with McCoy if I felt like Revel or Bland or Carson were coming in there to fill the shoes that Diggs was supposed to be wearing on this team. Then I'd be like, okay, we can take a guy and develop him through the season, but we need to draft a cornerback if we're going to be drafting him in that first round pick. He can't be a project.
No.
The defense is not in a position where we bring in a project and then shape him to be the guy coming in two seasons to be our starter. So that's why I'm shying away from McCoy.
The only good thing about him is he got hurt August of.
It's just the non-playing.
It's still but if he can go into training camp
and have a great
and start
combine,
and combine. So and this is I'll give you a situation with the cornerbacks. Say the Cowboys get, just for the sake of talking, they get Sonny Styles at 12.
Sure.
Okay, now cornerback something that's big at 20. Jermod McCoy's still sitting there at 20.
Because that's what we're seeing.
I'm not taking him.
Really? See, I think in that situation, I'm okay with taking him.
No, I would trade back. I would trade back, pick up a late round second and an early round third, and I'd try to get Terrell from Clemson.
I'm saying he's gone.
Terrell's gone.
He's gone.
Terrell
and
Delaney. Sorry, I should have said that.
They're both okay.
Sorry, I should have said that. I should have started off with that. Terrell and Delaney are both gone.
And I should say,
so he's the last of the top three.
And Downs is gone as well.
Yeah. Downs is long gone.
Long gone. In fairness, what I'm seeing on PFF is both Delaney and Terrell of moving up.
I hope we get.
It might be. I mean, sometimes AJ says the wildest ways, and I'm like, that's not how you say it. And then we listen to it, and it is how it says it. So until I hear
what it is,
how Mansour Delane is how I would
Mansour Delane. Yeah, me too. Delaney. I pronounce every vowel. But Jermod McCoy. Long story short, McCoy is not being drafted on mock drafts as the number one cornerback.
You can't take him at 12. That's too risky.
I think he's going in this. I think he's going to go in the second.
I hope he does. I hope he goes in the top 10 because it just means that Cowboys get another chance at a better player.
Butter us up with another top 10er.
And this is what I do. I always complain about the NFL, but when the Cowboys have the 12th rounds pick, I love how the NFL drafts quarterbacks where they just draft them because it's like, oh, we need a quarterback. Okay, we'll just draft this guy. He's third best. Yeah, but overall, he's the 20th best quarterback.
We need 4 quarterbacks to go.
Yeah.
We need 4 quarterbacks to go.
2 will probably go. Maybe 3 with Ty Simpson. Like
last year, Anthony with last year's top
quarterbacks. Last year we had Cam Ward.
Okay,
Cam Ward was the only one. I'm back.
Are you Batman? No, are you Batman though? The way you turn your
Well, I have to. I just got my eyes checked. I have to look like that. Cam Ward was the only quarterback taken in the top 12.
And Jackson Dart went
at 25. So only 2 quarterbacks taken.
Okay,
it's going to be like that this year too.
Yeah,
Mendoza and that other dude, guy who starts with an M. There's like 2 quarterbacks that are slotted
for the way
to go.
you.
And I don't even think whatever the order is, like there's 3 teams that probably need quarterbacks, and there's only 2 quarterbacks.
That's
available.
Good. That's good. Then that's what we're saying.
No, I know.
So that's
what we want.
Raiders should be taking Mendoza.
Yeah.
And then the Jets need a quarterback.
Yeah,
and then
Jets are just always going to.
Arizona should take a quarterback.
True. That's good.
So,
that's 3 right there. That would be.
What's his name?
That would be amazing.
Is it Ty Simpson's? I think
Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson should go, but I think he's rated as like the 3rd in this draft. So
we need as many quarterbacks, but I think this is a good introduction into what we're trying to do. It sucks that we're talking draft right now, the week of the wild card round.
Wild card weekend.
It does suck that we're talking mock drafts and players, but that's just what we're going to be doing now for the next 6 months. 4 months.
I wanted to show you guys quickly because
show us a couple.
It's just this. This is the top 2026 free agents in the NFL going into 2026. I already said that. Safeties, cornerbacks, linebackers, we will add onto this board.
I see. This is good.
Yeah, we will add onto this board edges just to have a look. No big things here. These are the this is the pool of players that I believe the Cowboys could pick from that are within their, I mean, realistically, if they make the moves that they're supposed to make this offseason to free up the cap space, any of these guys will be available. So I am going in with the assumption that they're going to free up about $75 million, okay? If they do that, realistically, a position of need, any of these guys are on the board, regardless if they're $20 million per year or not, I think, right? So Devin Lloyd, for example, I don't know if he's going to want to leave Jacksonville, but how you read this is the name, Devin Lloyd, Jacksonville, age, which is important, the amount of money, and then I don't know what their PFF ranking.
Okay. So he was pretty good. And there was a couple guys that we talked about, Singleton and Quay Walker, that could be added on there.
Quay Walker would be my guy. That would be like I'm not saying he's going to lead the team, but he'd be the one that I would be interested in targeting.
Here's how also you could look at this too. So Kyle Duggar and Caden Ellis, I added their pass rush because everyone else was kind of in line. If they were 8th overall, they were
not far,
16th or whatever.
And that's the thing with safeties. Like the best safeties aren't far off.
They're not far off.
The middle of the tier safeties.
But Kyle Duggar, who was a ranked 83 safety, was a 7th ranked pass rush safety. And then Caden Ellis, who was a 34th ranked linebacker, was a 4th pass rush linebacker. So if you wanted to improve your pass rush game, you could go out and get Kyle Duggar and Caden Ellis, and then those guys are on the field
offsetting some other spots.
Right, for the pass rush plays when you need them. They would not answer or they wouldn't be the answer to what we need in those positions entirely, but just to say if that's the route that you wanted to go. But I think what this chart shows is there's a handful of quality players. Not everyone on this list is quality, by the way. I just kind of threw up a bunch of guys to kind of get a feel for it.
Yeah.
But there's at least 2 or 3 dudes on safety, cornerback, or linebacker position that I think the Cowboys could go ahead and get.
Even if the Cowboys got one of the top 6 guys or 7 guys on this list, positional regard, don't even regard the position. Just if you take the top 6 guys, if they got one of them, you've upgraded the defense.
I would appreciate it if before we went into the playoffs before we went into the draft, which maybe is our playoffs now, something to look forward to, that they had 2 guys from this list, maybe one top 5 guy and then a top 15 dude or something like that, just to kind of like how Clowney came in and played a good position.
Well, the crazy thing was Clowney was taken mid-September. What I want is like when March, 10th, when the free agency period kicks off,
get him in.
I want the Cowboys to be one of the teams that I see a free agency hit, not what we've seen the last few years where they just didn't do shit and the draft hasn't sustained the team.
Yeah.
If the guys that you've drafted aren't able to hold the team up, you have to fill holes with free agency.
Well, I think that also as well.
But on Ant's point was you draft, if you check off a bunch of these guys, it makes your drafting much more liquid.
Yeah.
Because you can be like,
pinpointed.
Yeah.
And laser focused.
Well, you can be like, we don't need to draft we don't need to stretch for the linebacker because we picked up one in free agency. Let's see what we can do with let's draft the defensive end that's a better BPA. Yeah.
A lot of this is going to result into, this is, I think, our most defensive heavy draft that we have to enter.
It's gotta be
like almost
80% of the picks. And if you don't gain picks, 90%.
And I don't even think what you guys were both talking about a second ago, I think it's also resulting around the free agency. Like that, everything has to be defensive minded. But I think like the defensive coordinator, I think a lot of these free agency, this free agent stuff and who we might target is going to be like, we'll have better insight on who the Cowboys might be looking at once we have that coordinator coming in. Yeah. Because you kind of get a sense like if you get Pee Wee Herman coming in, he might want to bring in Jalen Thompson from Arizona as a safety. And then you don't have, you're not
somebody he has a repertoire with.
Boots in the chat said, gotta get
Boots in the chat?
Boots in the chat. Instead of bot G, it's Boots in the chat. He says, I think we should look at what we can. Oh my gosh.
Come on, man.
I think we should look at what we can get at the 20 pick. I think we trade the 12th. And I said, I agree. If the person we're trying to target isn't there, then yard sell that 12th pick and stack some more bodies.
Look
right?
at the last 5 picks at 12.
I know.
They've all been.
I know.
They're all NFL game changers.
I know. But
what's an NFL? Why give up an NFL game changer to gain a pick that might be out of the NFL in 3 years?
The trades that I was looking at were only moving back 2 spots.
Oh yeah.
So and that's the thing. And you were getting some quality capital that made sense, and then again it was coupled with there's 2 guys on the board.
let's just take away. Let's take away.
Okay, whoa, wage.
Let's take.
This is sponsored by some sort of blocker.
75,000 ads for you. Take away what any other team's done.
You've
with
been looking at porno.
right?
Porn.
G porno. If you look at take away what any other team's done with the 12th overall pick.
Yes.
The Cowboys have drafted at 12 twice in the last 5 years. They've drafted Micah Parsons and Tyler Booker. Why would we want to give up that pick where the Cowboys have gotten a generational player in Micah Parsons? No one's going to argue that. And then Tyler Booker, who drafted just last year, was one of our best players on the team.
He probably, that one for
what
sure.
if either of those guys, maybe you trade back one more time and you don't get that dude?
Hey, this is how I'm playing it, like a hula hoop, close to the hips, but a little loose. You know, I want to keep those picks, but if opportunity arises, a QB drops, and whoever the fuck's behind us is like, oh, we want this dude. Okay, well,
It'd have to be very situational.
It's going to be situational, but in a vacuum, I do agree. I've changed my mind. I would rather we just draft the 12th and 22nd, 20th, whatever pick that is. Just draft the guys day 2.
But you know us mocking, we're going to be doing all sorts of crazy.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be having fun. We grew up with brothers.
We might trade the 12th to gain picks and the 20th.
Oh, you got
to gain picks.
No, I was just gonna say we got to load up our draft day quotes.
Oh
I
yeah,
want my picks. I want my picks, all of them.
All my picks. All right, guys. Well, hey.
Oh, sorry. There is.
I want my picks back.
This question's come up a couple times here.
Okay.
This is you can keep the music rolling.
Yeah.
Keep the music
This
rolling.
is from Boots in Forever DC. So Boots says, I would trade number 12 and some for Max Crosby. So he's saying trade the 12th pick and then some for Max Crosby.
I gotta look into it.
I don't like it.
and then
Boots, I love you, but I'm not on the Max Crosby wagon at all.
Forever DC says, would you go after Max and give up the number 12, number 1, or the late 20, the number 20 in the first?
I didn't get that. Say it to me without stuttering.
Would you go after Max and give up the number 12, number 1, or the late number 20?
12, number 1,
or the 20th?
The 12th or the 20th.
Okay, I would. Well, it was confusing me. The 12th, the number 1, or okay. I would give up the 20th if that helped us get Max Crosby. 100% I would. Yeah, I definitely would. I just don't know if with Max Crosby, I'd rather gain picks than trade away picks right now.
Yeah, and I'd have to look at Crosby's contract and make sure that we're going to have him for a couple years and that
which you're not.
Yeah, if it's going to eat away, if it's just going to be $40 million a year, I'm not into that for a DE. I love Crosby.
But hey, boys, we're going to be all off season long. We're going to be gooping and gabbing all the way down those mock draft lanes. We're going to give all those situational stuff. Come with all these crazy scenarios.
Well, instead of talking about the offseason, let's talk about what we're doing this Saturday. The next time we go live, we will be live Saturday for both NFL playoff games that none of the Dallas Cowboys are going to be there for. And then Sunday, we're doing a 10-hour stream.
Yeah, you think it's the NFL wildcard weekend? It's the CanFan Super Duper wildcard weekend. We're going to be live streaming every game in the wildcard.
I'm having a big sleepover weekend at my bigger brother's house because I'm going to be here basically all weekend, and I am excited for it. I'm a football fan. Sure, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I love football. I love playoff football.
We're going to be 3 little pigs in a blanket.
We're going to be 3 little pigs in a blanket, and we're going to have a mini tournament after the Saturday night game. We're going to have some Madden tournaments after.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
But if there's a smug Eagles fan that's walking around the office, drinking his coffee, putting
chasing the muff around,
he's putting stevia in his coffee.
Ew.
Oh, I don't use sugar. Actually, no, those fucking birds, they drink sugar. And if you see them, you can tell because their teeth are disgusting. Look them in their disgusting, gross face at the corner store that they've been hanging out at probably 8 to 12 hours a day.
Their whole life.
in Kensington.
And you tell them to go.
And tell them Nate Dogg sent you.
Yeah, tell them Nate Dogg sent you. You Eagles.
I am excited for the weekend, honestly.
It's gonna be a good weekend.
And if you ever say I'm wearing 49er red again, I'll kill you.
Sorry, you're wearing Marty McFly.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you. That's
Get
much
a
better.
vest. Get a vest, bro.
Marty
Get a
McFly
vest.
red. Thank you. That's way better.
Okay.
I finally found out that you can see how much time is left. Right there.
Oh, right there.
That's like, you only got a minute of recording off. I go, we're not recording. Well, see, these things that I make on my my own. Yeah, I knew it would come in handy.
No, those.
I'm gonna update this though.
I mean, I find most of the shit you make